The first time I recorded guitar in a studio, I remember hearing the phrase, double it up. Our producer was talking about guitar doubling, a technique where you record one take of your guitar and pan it hard left, and then you do another take of your part and pan it hard right. This produces a much wider and extra thick stereo sound that often sits a lot better in a rock mix. It's a basic technique, but I absolutely love it. The problem is, you gotta record twice. I'm an impatient guy, I don't have time for that. If only there was a way to rewire a guitar to just produce a stereo sound right off the bat. If only. For this experiment, I chose a Squier Telecaster. It's got 2 pickups, it's got plenty of cavity space for my crazy wiring, and most importantly, I think it looks really cool. The simplest way to get a stereo signal out of this guitar is to replace the regular 1/4-inch jack with a stereo jack, and to run one pickup to the left and one pickup to the right. Since each pickup will be receiving different amounts of overtones, we should be able to get a stereo spread in our output. In theory, we can get an even wider tone if we invert the phase on one of the channels, running one of the pickups in reverse. I also wanted this guitar to retain all of its original sounds when used in mono. Luckily, with how stereo jacks work, we can treat the left channel like a mono output when we plug a regular instrument cable in. With all those goals in mind, let's get to the wiring. The pickups that came with my Squier sounded pretty muddy, so I replaced them with Luller pickups. I wanted to sometimes run the bridge pickup backwards, so I separated the coil ground from the backplate and ran an alternate ground to the plate itself. This allows me now to run the pickup in reverse using the original ground cable. I sent that ground and both pickups' hot outputs to the switch. The 3-way switch on the Squier would not be enough for this mod, so I swapped it out for a 4-pole 5-way rotary switch and did all of this crazy wiring. Going clockwise, position 1 sends the neck pickup to the right, and the bridge pickup is being run backwards and sent to the left. Position 2 is similar, but the bridge pickup is wired in phase this time. Position 3 is like position 2, but with the left and right outputs swapped. Position 4 sends both pickups to the left output only. And position 5 does the same, but with both pickups wired in series, which is a unique configuration I hadn't tried before. Originally, the volume and tone knobs controlled the individual pickups. This could have worked perfectly fine, but I decided to have them control the left and right channels instead. I started by using 250K push-push volume pots. I made it so that you could easily mute the left or right channels by pushing down on either of the knobs. I also gave each channel a 250K tone pot. Finally, I wired the left and right outputs to a Switchcraft stereo TRS jack and connected all of the grounds. So on the hardware end, I also made a few changes, including vintage style Goto locking tuners. I've also got these red and blue tinted speed knobs, which do a good job highlighting if you're working with the left or the right channel. There's a chicken head knob for the pickup selector. No chickens were harmed in the making of this video. And I put on a neck plate from decoboom.com. I think that this atomic rings design really suits the experimental nature of this mod. All right, let's take a listen to some tones. This was a very frustrating yet rewarding mod for me to do. I made a ton of silly wiring mistakes in the process of building this, probably due to all the complexity. The silly part is, like, the crazy stuff was easy. It was like the push-pull pot stuff that I've done a million times, I've done twice before, that I completely messed up the design of, and I just didn't think to double check before I started soldering. If you wanted to make your own guitar stereo, you know, maybe that's another video I can make sometime. You don't need to go as crazy as this. I just wanted to experiment with a ton of things, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was also a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, but it was fun. Now the big question is, what are the tonal possibilities on a guitar like this? You know, there's so many things you could do. You could be, you know, running one pickup through one distortion, one pickup through another, do tons of really cool stereo effects. If you want to see anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'm definitely going to do a deeper dive on this in another video. I'd also be tempted to try out a stereo Stratocaster one day, so if you want to see that, let me know. I'm Johnny, this is Joy Walker, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh good, it's still in tune.